But this is Irene. Hi, Jack. Did you come to see what I was doing? Mr. Fluffy Face. Henry's gone to town. He's making the big run to town today to see if we can mail some packages. I have to go argue with the mail system when I get back in the house. But I came out here to check the water on a few things, watered a couple of plants, and I decided that I'm going to go ahead and plant a few more radishes. We've been harvesting radishes on again, off again, and I think the time has come, so I am going to just stash in a few radishes today. Henry's going to try and take some video today when he's going out and stuff like that, so he can show you what the general mess looks like out there. The big problem is right now everything's melting, and that may not sound like a big problem except for the fact that I know our driveway is like 3 inches deep in mud, so in the parts that aren't graveled. Most of it's graveled, so it's fine. Actually, it's not gravel, it's cinders, which is what they seem to think in northern Arizona is a good idea because of availability. Anyway, so I am going to plant a few more seeds, so I just grabbed seeds. I gotta ditch this jacket before I smelt. Now, this originally had champion radishes in it, so I'm going to put more champions in here. Radishes have got to be the easiest thing. If you like radishes and you are a beginner gardener, I highly recommend you grow them because they're fast enough that it's just amazing the satisfaction that you get out of them. Just a couple over here, a couple more over here. These will grow pretty quickly. It's like 81 degrees in here today. Now, it was 22 in here last night. So, plants that are fussy are not going to have a good time. But those are champions. I'm going to put a couple of champions, I decided while I was watering before, in the center of the onions because it's not going to hurt anything. And you can easily get a radish or two out of here. I'm not putting them very close together. I'm not going to put any radishes in with the pak choi because I'm going to be starting another set of those plants next week. Okay, these are sorrel radishes. I have some old seeds here, and I'm going to use them because if they're no good, I want to know, and if they're good, that's awesome. And I'm trying to be consistent in terms of which radishes go into each planting pot because these are marked, and I just kind of feel like it'd be nice to be consistent. Don't have to do that. Henry says he likes all the different kinds we've tried so far, so it's not a big deal, but at some point I'll be buying new radishes, and then assuming there's availability in different kinds, I can choose what he likes the best. If you're not up with it right now, you might not realize that some of the vegetable seed places have already stopped selling to the general public. I noticed that Johnny's had stopped the other day and currently has no plans for reopening to the general public. I think last time they closed for like 4 weeks. I am really glad that I have most of the seeds I wanted, and I have found other sources for other things. It's really unfortunate because I really like to stay and support some specific companies, so I kind of ordered early and got most of my stuff done. But usually what happens is somewhere along the line you realize you forgot something. Haas Tools can still ship, Harris can still ship. There's a couple of companies, so they're getting the business. I actually was listening to a homesteader in Missouri the other day, and they said basically buy your seeds wherever you can get them. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. I try not to just buy off of random companies on things like eBay or Etsy, simply because you really don't know where that stuff came from. I bought from one company the other day because the seeds which are a Burpee exclusive, were not available at Burpee's. So I had to kind of take a risk. I have my doubts, shall we say. The company honestly sounds like a Chinese company, even though they're shipping out of Houston. And the fact that they're shipping out of Houston means nothing, of course. It means that once it gets to the United States, they're shipping out of Houston. Is it going to be the seed I wanted? I don't know. I'm trying another variety also, because if it turns out not to be good, or if the other variety turns out to be better, that'll be cool. I just planted a whole stack of radishes. I'm going to move these out of the way so I don't accidentally water them. I'm going to water them in, and then we'll be ready to go. And just a little bit more water stored at in the greenhouse here. Almost out. We were going to bring some more out, but then the storm turned out to be a little more challenging than we expected it would be. Which happens sometimes. Kind of get caught sometimes. We weren't caught badly. I hear from some other people in the state that they were just like shocked, horrified, and totally unprepared. And I'm really sorry to hear that. I actually recommended a weather channel that they could listen to, because yeah, the weather on the radio is sometimes BS. We don't have TV, so I don't know what it's like on the TV, but last time I checked, that was BS too. So there's a guy on YouTube called Direct Weather. He's just a young guy, always been interested in weather, and he uses the different models that are put out by there's the European model, the North American model. You always hear that when you hear about hurricanes and stuff. Well, he uses those models, shows all of them to you, and lets you kind of make a judgment for yourself. And I find it very helpful, because a lot of times what you're getting from the news people is pretty slim at best. Look at that guy. Ooh, he's nice. Yeah, I'll just get 3 of these today. Henry's really been enjoying these. That's one of the reasons I decided I would just go ahead and plant some more out, because it doesn't make sense to wait. I'm not worrying about crop rotation when it comes to something like this. I will be fertilizing to make sure that everybody's got enough joy juice when it comes to growing. Hopefully you find my ramblings at least moderately interesting. Oops, that's kind of on an angle. There we go. Should be a little less slanted now. I'm going to head back into the house, wash my hands, take the seeds in, gotta water a couple more spots there. That's about it for me today. I got a bunch of stuff to do in the house. Gotta unscrew up my shipping stuff. Our printer decided to stick its feet in the air today and not work right, so I couldn't print out shipping labels to send off orders for people. So I had to write them out by hand. There's no problem, except when you use shipping labels, you save money, and it's just easier. But when they won't print out, it doesn't work at all. So be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we will definitely be doing a bunch more. I'm thinking next week I'm going to start a bunch of brassicas in the house, and maybe this weekend even, we'll see. And we'll get ready for phase 2. We're even debating whether we'll do phase 1 next year. It's hard because you really want to squish everything in as much as you can, but they were so wrong about the weather. I think what I'll do next time is, next year if I plant a fall garden, I will plant smaller quantities and plan to replant every few weeks. Until next time, bye!